Hey, hey.
Hello,
Good
everybody.
evening.
Do we have? There we go.
Holy cow, Facebook has
What?
actually improved something that may actually work.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
When I went to go share this thing,
What did it do?
when I went to share this, it gave me the option of selecting up to 20 groups and doing a one post thing.
Are you serious?
Really?
Yeah,
Now that's the first smart thing I've seen Facebook do in a long time.
there was a time when they did do a lot of smart things, but
Huh.
all of a sudden they
Yeah.
started doing a bunch of dumb stuff.
Yep.
There we go. Now we're all shared out, I think.
Yes, we
That's funny.
are.
Trying to look for my phone. I just had
Now. Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch, and Instagram. So, welcome to another edition of Supernatural Talk. We got the three of us, and hopefully, very soon, hopefully, Eileen will be able to come back to us. She gave us some good news about her work. So, it seemed like maybe even as early, maybe even as early as next week she'll be back, which would be good because she'll be taking my spot.
What's up, Kate?
Hi, Kate.
Hi, Kate.
Can't we all
Would
just get in one place at one time and do the shit together? I mean, like, is this so hard?
Apparently, it's so. First things first, Nicholas.
Oh, your full name, boy.
Oh no.
I
Oh
believe
no.
I believe you
Okay.
have I believe you have a book report due today.
Oh, that's right.
I am in so much serious trouble right now.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that means that
I
Nick
am
has,
seriously in deep shit.
Grounded. Done. You're grounded. You're grounded.
that means Nick has now received a failing grade. He failed the semester, which means he's going to have to retake this grade again.
Grounded.
Yep, I told you I was going to be F minus.
Okay, so
Yeah, I knew I
report
was.
here.
I knew I was going to be in trouble.
This book here. If I can get the link that doesn't come up like it did, if I can get this book report done with everything I have going on this weekend, and I can still have this book report done by next week, you are indebted for a very long time. Nick.
She's talking to you,
Yeah,
buddy.
I deserve it.
Well, I'm going to be completely honest. I'm almost afraid to send anything to her because of how it showed up last time.
I really think I clicked something and converted it. I just don't know what I did.
I'm not sure how there would have been any other way.
Because it asked me, do I want to save it to, like, there was 4 different choices. And at first it looked like it came out fine. I went back because I couldn't find it. And then I went back and it did that when I saved it to another place.
Huh.
So I'm thinking I did something wrong.
Okay. Kate, what we're talking about, it's not exactly a book, but it's that little story that I showed everybody, the one called Bucket.
No.
Kate, if you go into the media and files section of the Fear Fans chat, you'll find it.
So I do
Yeah,
see.
and I just failed the book report.
You sure did.
He failed the whole class.
So I do see that Beverly's on. So hi, Vicky.
Oh, Vicky.
She doesn't know it yet, but I want to try to get her on too because there's so many of our watchers that do what she helps with. So At some point, I want to get her on.
Well, I do have the schedule. What we can do? Ah, crap.
Yeah, you'll have to send me that schedule because I'm not sure how crazy her schedule is.
Yeah, because I know I was talking to another guy about getting him on. He's over in the UK, and he said that based off of his schedule, that doing a Thursday night show is not going to work for it.
Yeah, and I mean that's going to be
Yeah.
a lot of people. Oh, so everybody that let's do a little quick explanation here. I have not turned gypsy. I'm not doing dreads. This is not. So my granddaughter yesterday, after I got out of the shower, I was working. She come up and said, "Grandma, can I pull your hair up?" Sure. Well, I have a bunch of little tiny little braids that are like halfway done. Like they go halfway down. So it ended up looking like a little gypsy or dreads or I'm not sure what. But anyway, I left them because they're actually really comfortable and you can just pull them all back at once and you don't have hair flying in your face. So yeah, I haven't gone off the deep end in no midlife crisis.
No, but in a way, it actually suits you.
It does. It really does.
Yeah, it's Jill, thanks.
But, boy, what did Jill
I'll
say?
never be able to do this again because I can't do this. I can't.
Pickle top.
And Jill, so nice to have you back after
I
all
know.
this time.
She was commenting earlier on the Mystical Carousel show, and I just like Jill, you're back. We missed you.
Phoneless for a month or two. Holy cow.
How
Yep,
many
you know
shows
what?
actually know their audience? I mean, seriously, a
even
lot
tried-
of people don't have any clue who's watching them and don't respond. I hate that.
You know what? I actually tried texting Jill, not twice in a row, but like a week or so afterwards, because it got to
Thank
a
you,
point
Jill.
where after we didn't see or hear from Jill, I thought should probably go check on her. So I texted her, and I never got a response the first time. That's when I started getting a little worried. So I texted her again, and there was still no text. So, but yeah, now that we know that her phone wasn't working, I mean, obviously can't argue with that. But it's great to have you back.
I'm going to be honest. I haven't sent Jill a text or a message of any kind in a long time. I'm just so incredibly busy. When it comes to keeping in touch with people, I am terrible at it.
I feel like I'm butting in on somebody's business when I do that. So I try not to do that. If they need me, they know they're more than welcome to reach out. I will always talk. But I feel like if they didn't reach out, they want to be left alone. So I leave it alone. That's just me.
Right. No, that's
Unless it's Jeremy. And I will bug the shit out of Jeremy until he answers. Just ask.
She does. She does. There has been a couple times where Zach had to resort to reaching out.
Yeah, yeah, especially if I know something's going on, then I will. But if I don't know something's going on, I feel like okay, so if something's going on, they would tell me.
Hey, Jeremy, just change the background for you.
Excuse me? Have I been out of the loop for this long? What is going on?
Trust me, Nick, you've earned it.
Yeah.
What is going on with the Olympics right now? What the hell is going on?
My dad's
There's a real big, well, actually, there's two real big things going on with the Olympics right now.
I'm seeing one of them, and I'm not liking it.
Yeah, one of them is about the women's boxing competition,
That's what I'm looking at.
and the other one was at the very beginning when they were doing the opening ceremony, and a lot of people were actually misinterpreting it as
Yeah,
a mockery of the Last Supper, when in truth it has nothing to do with the Last Supper.
absolutely does not. If they will read their mythology or their Wiccan books or their witchcraft books,
Right.
they'd understand. It that part. It's whatever, but this is not okay.
This thing here about the women's boxing match, I am seeing several different reports of it. One saying that it is a trans woman that never should have been accepted into this one, but I'm also seeing another report saying that it actually is a woman, but she has some sort of genetic defect.
She's a hermaphrodite.
Huh?
She's a hermaphrodite, or he
Okay.
is, whatever.
Yeah. So what is true? I don't know.
I don't either, but
All I know is that for the IOC, which is for the Olympics, she passed the testing thing that they did. But when she was trying to compete in a different thing, is the IBF, I think it is IBC. She failed that one.
okay.
So
Well, I mean, I understand we don't always get the truth immediately. We just don't. People assume and they put it out there just like they do on Facebook. But
yeah,
holy hell. That's that one girl shot. And if it turns out that this person has more testosterone, and if she is a hermaphrodite, okay. But if she has more testosterone, hits like a man, that is not okay. This is a women's league. Otherwise, they'd have co-ed league.
Yeah.
yeah. So they're going to have to figure something out, because the world is changing.
Oh, I got news.
You?
Hopefully, we're going to get to Free is doing the biggest match of his life. And it's against a champion of another country, and I can't think of the country's name now, and I'd have to get on X, and I don't even get on X. But anyway, he did a promo and sent it to us, and I didn't think anything about it. And it said, we don't know when you're coming. We don't know, you can come at any time. Bring your belt. Come with your championship, leave without it. That was his promo. Well, he called last night and said that he is 90% sure that he's going to get to stream it on his channel or his YouTube channel or Facebook.
Nice.
So we're going to get to watch it. So if that's the case, I'm going to stream it out.
Make sure you let me know so that I can watch it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
See that too.
We don't get to watch him very often because it's very closed circuit. But yeah, if we get to do this, he's trying to get permission, and he asked for the whole family to be here so we can all watch it together. It's going to be midnight our time on next Sunday, not this Sunday, but next Sunday at midnight.
That means that's going to be 2:00 for me. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to record it regardless.
Okay. Yeah, because I would love to get him on Marks on Wrestling at some point, but I know it's going to be really hard because of the time. Yeah.
He. I'm trying to think. It's going to be 4 p.m. on Saturday, 4 or 5 p.m. on Saturday that he wrestles, and then it's going to be midnight or 1 here. So, that time difference, and he teaches school during the day.
Yeah, definitely would like to watch that, because I haven't seen him in action. All I've seen is just a couple pictures of him.
You didn't get pictures of him,
Huh?
What'd you say about pictures?
I've only seen a couple pictures of him.
Oh, yeah. The picture where he did his promo, when I got to see it, I told Zach, I said, this is not okay. He doesn't look good. What's going on? What his face is puffy. No, what's going on? And I guess he had allergies or something going on, but he wasn't looking great.
So that everybody knows, we are only running 1 hour tonight. We have previous engagements, but starting next week, we will actually be having guests on this show again,
Yes.
and I will not be here. Yay.
Oh, you know what? That actually reminds me of, it's not for a couple weeks, but I still want to let you know ahead of time. The
I
22nd
am
of
not
August.
doing anything
Not
for the
be
next
here either.
couple of weeks, Nick.
Well, the 22nd of August, I will not be here either, because I will be at the Michigan Paracon.
On the
Fine.
22nd.
Fine, you get to hear all the shit I talk about you on that show. That's fine.
That's true.
Well, that's the episode that we have Zach Wenzel on the show.
That's all right. I got it.
Oh, damn it. No. Oh, damn it.
You're lost, buddy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so next week on this show, we're going to have Ernie Pack back on the show.
Yay.
Then the week after that, we will have Nancy Timms. She specializes in interdimensional beings. I actually had her on the 13th dimension last week, and I gotta tell you, it's one of the most interesting conversations I've ever had with anybody. Then on the 22nd, we have Zach Wenzel. And then on the 29th, we have Marcus Beebe coming back on the show.
What the hell, Tom?
And I'm, yeah, I know. I saw that too. I didn't want to say anything, but yeah, and I'm going to be
I'll
Marcus's favorite. And I'm going to be Marcus's favorite person again.
Yeah, I am totally not going to comment on that picture because I will get myself in a big trouble.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't, if you can just snap your fingers and I don't have to work so hard to lose this weight, I'll take it. Let's do it.
I don't know where he found that picture. I really don't.
Oh, you can find it anywhere online.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And also, I'm working on Clarissa and Brad coming on,
Yeah.
and also Linda Burns coming on. Just waiting on confirmation from all three of them.
Okay.
And
And then I'll need the schedule.
Beverly,
Excuse me.
Yeah, I'll need the schedule to give to her so that I know she's got a lot going on too.
well, how about this, Beverly? September 19th or 26th. Are you available on those two dates? One of those.
There we go.
Let's nip that in the bud now. Do you have the 19th or the 26th open? We'll just go ahead.
Oh my gosh. While we're waiting. Oh my gosh.
She's
Okay,
checking
she's
right
checking.
now.
So
And
I went to
Linda-
Art in the Park the other day.
To where?
Art in the Park. We're just walking through there. Last year we went. You get your normal, crochet tables and quilting tables, resin tables, all the little arts. I walk through there and all of a sudden I see animals in jars.
In jars.
I'm talking sheep eyeballs in formaldehyde. I'm talking frogs in formaldehyde.
What?
Stingrays in formaldehyde. No, I'm thrilled. I am absolutely thrilled. Then there's little arts with like bugs you find, skeletons that were found, ethically sourced. Art made out of those. Amazing. That's a witch's shop. That's awesome. Of course, it wasn't labeled that way, but that's what it is. So we go a little further. Around the corner, there's this woman dressed in, I guess she's she's dressed in all black. Her hair is bright red and short, bright red, bright, with a black top. Later found out she's about 22. But she has what they called, okay, so the one was called Creepy Crawling Beauties, was the one with things in jars. Okay. They actually have a Facebook page called at Creepy Crawling Beauties. Okay. So that's one. The next one we went to, anyway, I don't have the card here. She's into murder things, not like she's a murderer, but she makes jewelry that's like knives with blood dripping off of it, Ouija board stuff. I am thrilled to see that this area is going into the rest of the world. Now, am I promoting murder? No, absolutely not. But they were, we all have our religions, and I'm not bashing anybody's. Her partner that was with her was a Satanist. We got to talking about it, and I don't mean worshiping Satan. So that is not what Satanism is, but they kind of worship themselves more than anything, I guess. Okay. But anyway, I'm glad to see in whatever aspect that this is coming more into the natural world.
All of this is actually kind of reminding me of that little shop that we went through. That's like around the corner from where Mimi used to work at.
Yeah.
The oddity shop. Yes. Yes. Yeah. It's a little like that. Yeah, it was a little like, it didn't have some of the ugly nasty, but
no, but it had a bunch of creepy stuff in there.
It did. I loved it. I think it's amazing that that's coming out more, and the amount of people that were around is amazing. This lady is now, for love potions and all. Hey, I got this. I can do all those.
I need somebody to do a love potion on me.
Matter of fact, I'm taking a bunch of my stuff to my daughters because my grandson found her wedding ring, her old wedding ring, in a car. And she says, Mom, I can't even move on. And now that this is back here, and I said, I got this for you. Just give it to me. It's fine. We got this. But we're going to need to do a cord plucking spell. But yeah, we're going to need to do some energy work on that and cleanse that. But and they had crystals there. Both places had crystals there. It's pretty awesome that it's coming out more, and nobody looked at it funny. I'm sure the old people did, but I was one of the old people standing there. So, and she's got shops. What are you doing, sis? Okay. She's got 3 more shows between now and September. So I plan on going to all those. She does. I gave her the link to things. She's going to join the page, and we're going to discuss. She's never been an investigator, so we're going to discuss her going with me a few times. See if maybe I'll have her join the team.
That'd be awesome.
I ought to see about getting her on the show. Talk to her.
Yeah. And I haven't got a chance to, but yeah, I'm going to. She's on X, she's on Twitch, she's on TikTok. She's got out of a bad relationship, and she's now finally getting to be herself. So she's going way out there, and then she'll bring herself back, I'm sure, like most of us do.
Jill, Linda does have a new show coming out. It's called Haunted Memoirs, and it will be on Saturday. It'll be 5:30 your time on Saturdays. Yep. I know I think last she said she was planning on starting it this Saturday.
Oh, Jill, I would
Wonderful.
love to have a discount at one of those stores. My God.
Jill, I don't know if you saw this, Adrian, but Jill said this earlier about that image, that picture.
Yeah, if we can all just do a little spell work so I don't have to work as much to lose this crap, we'll be great. I'll pose like
Well,
that.
now if
Uh-oh. Look who just showed up.
you can find a like a male Bates body and put my head on it,
We got this.
Look at this. Look who just showed up.
Finally returned.
You know, I think I just came to the realization because Jill was gone for a while, and so was Brad. I think I'm now getting the understanding if Jill's watching the show, Brad's not going to be too far away then.
Well, Brad's been working. He works,
I know.
he works the night shift, so it's hard for him to get back to watching us.
Yeah.
Especially
Right.
after everything that's been going on.
Yeah.
And health issues too. You know, Kelly had her bad fall and
Yeah. I remember hearing about that.
and plus Brad's had a couple things going on too. So yeah, it looks like that with the exception of the 19th, we may have maybe you can get that girl scheduled for September 19th.
Who?
The one that you were just talking about.
Beverly, she said September 26th is good for her.
The other one that you
Oh,
met.
okay.
Yeah, I've already got Beverly on the schedule.
Yeah, she's very young and very gung ho. And I love she went to Denver on her own doing this. You ain't gonna catch me in Denver with a gun on my hip doing a show by myself. It's not gonna happen.
It's bad enough to try to do Denver.
Yeah.
I was going to say, how old is she?
She's 22.
22, okay.
Yeah, she's a beautiful young lady. She had the Harley Quinn look,
Oh, of course.
except the black and red hair, and she's got the little model figure going on, and she had all the black, and I'm like, sweetheart, it is 102 out here.
She's in Denver, Beverly said.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's awesome. Hell no, I'm not doing a show in Denver by myself. Hell no.
You already stole Drago to me from Game of Thrones. Like
Drago.
Lakewood.
Drago? Oh, okay. That's a little different. That's, yeah. No, she was downtown Denver somewhere.
Remember? I wish I looked that good.
Well, actually, you know what?
and this, you would know, this week I'm not wearing that shirt.
What shirt?
You know what?
Your shirt.
The thing shirt?
Well, no. No, his shirt.
I'm talking about the shirt that has my face plastered on it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I'm in Greeley.
I still can't believe that shirt actually got made. But it's a damn good picture.
I actually have one I wear, and then one that's hung up.
She wants you to put on the shirt. Oh, Beverly's son
would require Adrian having to get up,
Oh,
go
really?
2 flights of stairs.
In Evans?
You know, all this talk about appearances, I should have said before. I know I just said it right before we got on, but for those who noticed, I got a haircut, so sadly I don't have that long hair anymore, but that's because got a wedding coming up this Saturday, so I got to look good for a wedding picture.
Oh, no, okay.
That means
it will grow back. It grows back fast. It grows back fast. Trust me.
It does, especially if
Yep.
you're not putting crap in your hair.
I don't put anything in my hair other than if I'm wearing a hat or something.
Yeah, I don't even recommend doing that. Not if you want good hair.
Yep.
And next time you come visit your son, you'll have to come visit us.
There you go. Yeah, so that everybody knows, I'm going to be off of this show a minimum of 8 weeks. It's just all going to depend on how I'm feeling
Jill.
about everything. But, well, my lovely locks will be coming off in March. It'll be that time. Yeah. After tonight, I will be off the show for 8 weeks minimum. And after those 8 weeks, I'm going to determine how I feel about getting back on camera because I am going to look a whole lot different.
Yeah. Oh, Adrian, this was what Beverly said in response. She's going to be in the Brighton area this Sunday.
Oh, crap. And I'll be in Oklahoma this Sunday. That's why we're only doing an hour show but my daughter's, my son-in-law, his parents live in Brighton. So they go there all the time. As a matter of fact, I think I have to drive through there to get to, I'm going to Kansas, spending the night, going to Oklahoma, spending the night and coming back. I've had
Beverly's
5
got family in Oklahoma too.
Where at?
Geez, there's like quite a connection between the two.
Oh, you'd be surprised the kind of spider web connection people have.
Well, and people are brought together for a reason. There's no coincidences.
Living in Fort Collins during the month of September,
Stop,
south
Mark.
of Tulsa.
South of Tulsa. Let me think. Veneta,
Have 11 siblings. Oh my God.
Claremore.
Oh, here's an encouraging message for you, Jeremy. What Tom just said.
Don't worry about Jeremy. He will be back on before he says he will. I promise you, because he heals fast.
Well, this is
Claremore.
why
Oh my gosh, I was right.
trying to get these guests scheduled so that gives me an excuse to not get on the show. There is one other thing about the Olympics that I want to talk about. This is something that has gone viral, and not because it was anything bad. It's just that it is so different from what everybody else has been. Let me see if I can pull up.
That's right. Tom, we're at in Oklahoma.
Tom, you never
Yeah.
told me that.
Beverly, I lived for a little while in Muskogee. And
sorry.
my kids, I grew up in Veneta for the most part after I had my kids. Claremore was where we used to go skating. That was the only skating rink around when I was an adult. It got hit by a tornado a couple of times pretty good.
Not surprising.
My son lives on the other side of Tulsa, right outside of Veneta on Grand Lake. I spent a lot of time on Grand Lake. I was very shocked, when I left there. And, we were all going to the lake. It was nothing to see women in a bikini and shorts in Walmart. And I was very surprised other people don't do that.
Funny enough, you were just mentioning about like Claremore just a few months ago. Claremore was impacted by a tornado, so it's not surprising.
Quite often.
EF3 this time.
Okay.
It happens a lot, and there's shelters there. Almost every house is mandatory to have either a basement or a fallout shelter.
I was going to say it is Oklahoma, so yeah.
Yes, yes.
You would need
His
something.
yacht on Grand Lake. Ooh, I love Grand Lake. Oh my gosh, I love Grand Lake.
And
Okay.
Hey.
I want to talk about the shooting competition in the Olympics.
oh, okay.
What? I've missed all
Shooting
this.
competition.
Just hear me out on this one. So they have this competition called air shooting. I don't know exactly what it is, but apparently it doesn't involve bullets or anything. But it still
Wow.
gets really loud.
I'm out.
These people, the competitors, they wear specialized equipment so that they can really focus in on their target. And one of the things that they wear, if you look, they look at the stuff that they're wearing. See the little pinhole right there?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
It takes the place of the sight.
Yes. Now, this guy has gone viral for what he did, and he actually took home the silver in his competition. Look at
There
what he's
you go.
wearing. He's just wearing glasses.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's a redneck who does this. They go out to the shooting range, they practice. You don't mess with people like that because that is what it should be like.
He's even got a hand in a pocket. And
You're very comfortable with it. Kudos to him.
He is actually a retired military.
There you go.
He's in Turkey. I think he said that he's a retired military man, and he just goes up there and does his thing, very casual. He doesn't wear any of that fancy crap. Yet he took home the silver.
There you go.
So that just
Wow.
goes to show you don't need specialized equipment. You need skill.
No, you don't.
I think this guy has it. And what got me, what actually got my attention about this, and Joe said it right there. A lot of
He's
people
definitely an
have
assassin.
speculated that he is probably a hired assassin, hired
Yep.
hitman.
You know what?
That's what they've speculated. But he has actually been in shooting competition for over 20 years.
I'm not going to go as far as to give him kudos for a hired hitman, but
No.
I'm going to tell you what. I have a lot of respect for anybody who knows their way around a gun because we're going to need it soon. We're going to need to know how to use it.
Well, I've read. I don't know if this is true or not, but I read that the gun that he uses is actually custom made so that it fits his hand.
Clarissa.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Clarissa.
Hey, Clarissa.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's very custom made, and that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
Like a
amazing.
real John Wick.
I customized mine.
Yeah, so for him to take the silver, and from what I gather, he was the only one out of the entire competition that wasn't wearing those special glasses. That tells me that he probably is the best in the world.
Yep.
He's probably even better than the person that won the gold.
Oh, real quick. Tom was answering your question from earlier, Adrian, about the ranch that his cousin owns. A to Z Guest Ranch in Smithville, Oklahoma.
I am so ready to just go horseback riding, go do something ranch like because I'm over the city right now. I'm really over it.
Speaking of horseback riding, she posted this yesterday or 2 days ago, but Chantel has gotten back on the horse, literally.
I saw that. I saw that too.
She has gotten back to ride.
Message me. Thanks for coming on, Beverly.
Take care, Beverly.
We'll make sure that Adrian gets you the link on the day that you come on. But yeah, Chantel is slowly getting back into riding horses, and she said that she was feeling good about it.
Yeah.
Good, good.
She has really come a long way um, from that incident.
Yeah.
That's good. Horses are very therapeutic. I mean, not if you're scared of them, but horses can be very, very therapeutic. Any animal can really, but something that is so large that it can hurt you anytime it wants to, and you have a connection with it. It's amazing.
I see a lot of videos on TikTok about the King's Guards horses.
Mm.
People come up and take pictures. And one thing that I've noticed is that if there is a mentally challenged person that comes up, they are being taught, stay away from the horse. Just, stand here, let's take the picture. And the King's Guard will just nudge the horse over to get closer in the frame, closer to the person, so that there is a closer connection to them for the picture.
Yeah, and a horse knows. I have a video on my Facebook of Addison. She was 3, and I didn't even have saddles on the horses, nothing. What I did was just put the kids on the back of the horse. Well, I was walking them around the 2 acres just on a lead rope. This was my barrel horse. And all of a sudden she just stopped, wouldn't go. And I'm pulling her because I'm talking to her mom. We're walking up ahead. She wouldn't move. And I turned back and looked, and Sissy's sliding off because she's falling asleep. She wouldn't move because she knew she was sliding off and she would step on her. So we fixed that and got ready to put her back in. And I've got video of Sissy pulling her. And I said, tell her whoa while you unlock the gate. And she told her whoa. And, a 3-year-old, whoa. And that horse just stopped. And she went and unlocked the gate. And she wouldn't walk until she told her, come on. And she'd go. And as soon as Sissy stopped, she'd stop. And this horse is the one that bucked me off in the middle of the arena. So, I mean, they're amazing with kids. They really are.
See,
Nobody can ever say that horses are dumb creatures, because they prove it time and time again that they are highly intelligent.
They've
really
saved
are.
their owners. They have done lots of things.
Yeah.
when it
And
comes to
if a horse kicks you or bites you, there's a pretty good chance that you've earned that kick.
Well,
Yeah.
there was one in my yard in New Mexico. This guy was shoeing horses drunk. You have no business drunk on a horse. Around a horse, nothing. You just don't. Because your true self comes out. And if your true self is hateful or careless or anything other than loving, they're not thrilled about it. But he was shoeing a horse, and he walked around behind the horse, and that horse just took that moment to just mule kick, got him right in the chest. He went about 5 feet back, dead on impact. Wow. Dead on impact.
Jeez.
Wow.
But he'd been cussing that horse, yelling at that horse, and terrible to that horse. Not hit it. He did not hit it. But he was drunk and acting nasty. No, it's not justification. I'm not glad he's dead, but he knew better. He was a horse person. That wasn't his horse. And so he knew better. I've seen horses bring back drunks. Like people go on a trail ride, with whatever in their hand, and then they're like, oh, where am I? And then they pass out on the horse, and the horse brings them back home. Now, is the horse hungry? Probably. Knows where the food is. And that guy just happened to be on him. But they went back home.
See, I just think of, like, when it comes to horses, I mean, because obviously, living in Chicago, we don't really have much when it comes to horses, but closest thing I think I've ever really seen to something like that was actually in, ironically, with my family, I used to go to Turkey Run Inn near Rockville, Indiana, and they had a horse ranch there That was actually the last time I ever really rode a horse. So it's been like almost 20 years now. So I haven't really done anything like that in quite a long time. It's been a so yeah, that's the closest I've ever gone with horses.
Longer than
I
me.
want to go ride.
It's been 35 years since I've been on a horse.
Yeah.
I want to go ride. I don't want to own one again. They're a lot of work. And if you're doing it by yourself, and I would be because Zach is scared to death of horses. And
Scared of
you just
horses?
can't.
With Zach, I can kind of understand. I'm sure he doesn't want to take any chances with his head.
Oh no, he's always been scared of horses.
Oh,
But yeah, some people are. And if you don't build a bond with a horse at some point in life, you're going to be scared.
yeah. I've never built a bond with a horse, but I don't feel scared of them at all.
I wasn't either. Like when I wrote, in fact, they had like a whole line of them, and for whatever reason, I was the very first one in line when they started doing this horse walking. It was in a forested area, and at one point, I still remember this. The horse at one point turned to eat some grass, and I didn't know what to do to get it back on track to where we were supposed to be going. It took probably like 2 or 3 times for me to really get him to get back on, pay attention and go back to where we were supposed to go.
The only thing that I'm not crazy about is that a horse can just be walking anywhere, and all of a sudden, it just shit while it's walking.
I took, yes,
I gotta say that that already reminds me of that funny Seinfeld episode when that horse Rusty was given beefarito for that carriage. Do you ever remember that episode?
oh my God.
Did you ever see it? You haven't?
I haven't either, but getting a horse to eat a burrito is going to be a feat by
Oh,
itself.
no. It was an episode where George Costanza's parents, I guess he was trying to get like a loaf of bread for like his would-be parents-in-law, and they didn't have the bread that they needed, so George got Jerry to go get some, but he had his would-be parents-in-laws out with Kramer on a carriage, and it's being like pulled by a horse named Rusty. And before they started,
just imagine Kramer riding a horse and the horse not listening to him very well. I can just
no, he's not.
See that and how Kramer be. Hold on to you. Get up. I can see him doing that.
No, he didn't. He wasn't riding a horse. It was a horse and carriage. And right before he begins this,
I'm just imagining.
Oh yeah.
On a horse because
Well,
of how he is, he shakes as if he's riding a horse, even when he's standing still.
Well, and right before he picks up the would-be parents, the in-laws, he feeds the horse beefarino, which is like a fictional version of beefaroni. He's like, "That's beefarino. I'm so keto on beefarino. What a delicious cuisino." And for King Queen, I was like, "Keep eating. I got 34 more cans." And then when he finally picks up the in-laws, they start the tour. The horse, you don't hear it, but it's either farting or shitting, basically. It's going right into Kramer and then the couple, and they had to turn around. And George is like, "What the hell happened?" It's like, "The horse is gassy. Must have been the beefarino." Beefarino? You fed the horse beefarino?
Not okay. That's number one. That's not okay. But when you have to do it yourself, like it's your responsibility to go saddle that horse and pull it out of the field, work it every day. And even in the wintertime, they don't want road in the wintertime. They want nothing to do with that because they get a little frisky in the winter. They're not lethargic anymore. And when you're by yourself doing that, that's when you either are scared of horses or you build a relationship with a horse. I had one I'd lay on. And she'd lay down out in the field and I'd go lay on her. We'd lay there for hours and I always got scolded. Stop that. What if it jumps up? It's going to kill you. Not worried about it.
I thought horses usually sleep while standing.
They do. but they will lay down. They lay down
Okay.
to sun. They lay down to roll. They lay down for lots of reasons. Now, if they're laying down for too long, their guts will twist. And after that, they're gone. There's no saving a horse after that. So if you see one laying down and it's gassy, you got to, have you ever tried getting a horse up when it don't want to get up? Not easy. But you have to walk them till the vet gets there. And there's a shot you can give them and hopefully fix it. If not, they're done.
Never knew that.
Yeah.
I
My
just
my
saw-
little horse was too little. Like, she was supposed to be my barrel horse, but she was too little. So,
Let's do it, Adrian.
oh no, if we're both left and our husbands are no longer, or at least mine is no longer, we're moving out to a homestead, and that's where we're going to live out our lives. Her and I, and whoever's left, all of our kids. We're going to have horses. I'm going to be 80 years old, and she's going to be putting me on that fucking horse.
There's an island. I don't know if you know about this. Hey, what's up, Rich? There's an island. I don't know if you've ever heard of before. It's called where's it? Oh, it's called. I don't know if you ever heard of Sable Island before. You ever heard of that island before?
Is that where the wild Mustangs are?
I'm not sure, but it's a small Canadian island. It's like about 190 miles southeast of Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Oh,
And
no.
that's where the Sable Island horses are.
Okay. I
It's-
have not
it's-
heard of those horses.
It's literally like, if you look it up on Google, like from like a satellite image, it's almost like it's a really small island. I mean, it's about, let's see, what does it say here? Because I actually have the Wikipedia up. It's what is it? It's literally like almost a line, if you will. It's it's a really small island, but that's where wild sable horses live, and
We have
They-
wild
they arrived-
Mustangs.
yeah, they turned out they were arrived in the late 1700s, but then they eventually became feral, and they've been living on that island ever since.
That's very interesting. I know we have a lot of wild Mustangs, and some of those happened, through wildfires like we're having now, where people couldn't save their animals, and their animals ended up being able to save themselves and ran wild. Others turned them loose because they had a better chance loose than they did, stuck. So
Sable Island, it's a narrow crescent-shaped sandbar. That's what I was thinking. It's an estimate is estimated around 13 square miles, but despite approximately being 26.81 miles long, it's only about 0.75 miles across at its widest. So it's a really small island. But I think there is like an observation center there, so like to keep an eye on them to make sure that they're safe. Because I actually did look up at one point saying, well, what happens if like a hurricane comes out? Because there's literally only like a few trees on the island. So there's no real shelter for them. But from what I've heard is I think the Canadian government comes in and takes the horses off the island before a hurricane arrives.
oh, this is hilarious. So just as we're talking,
on that island.
What?
How can anything survive on that island? I'm looking at it. It's nothing but beach.
It's nothing but beach and just some grass. Again, very few trees, and yeah, there's nothing.
they'll eat different
really-
things.
Yeah, and they also, I mean, while they do drink water, I mean, obviously they don't go out shore very far, obviously, because they do say it's not unusual. I think the horses are well aware if they try to go too far out land, and obviously next thing you know, they see sharks in the water.
Well, they're not going to drink salt water to begin with.
No, but there are some fresh water areas. But like if they needed to like cool off or something, they'll sometimes go in. They won't drink the salt water. They just might cool themselves off, but they won't go far because again, I think they're well aware that there's sharks just not very far from them.
So as we're talking about this, my Facebook page refreshed, and 7 years ago, it was on the memories thing. It was a little meme I posted, said Sent my wife out for milk and cookies. And there's a picture of a white horse and a brown horse. It says meat, milk, and cookies.
That's interesting.
That
Well,
would
you don't
definitely be
get it?
something I do.
I don't, unfortunately. I really don't.
The horses' names are Milk and Cookies.
Oh, God damn it. I still got a lot to learn.
Oh, well, if you'd have seen the picture, I'm actually going to reshare it and look at my page. Once you see it, you'll understand it. You have to actually look at it to understand it.
That's like people having a picture of their pride and joy.
Uh-huh.
I got fooled by that one time.
Yes.
But I was young then too. I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
Well, we are actually at the top of the hour.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go.
I'm just going to say, because I was saying this earlier, Adrian, I mean, all this talk about horses and stuff. And also, like I said at one point, I haven't even been to Oklahoma yet, but I know, of course, Oklahoma is full of horse riding. I give it a shot down there. I mean, not just I go for storm chasing and investigating, but I go for the horse riding too.
Well, I used to, in Oklahoma, I didn't do a lot of horse riding. It was more in Kentucky and New Mexico.
Oh, geez. Damn it.
Here's a picture of my pride and joy.
Oh, my gosh. There you go.
Well, there are actual pictures all over the place here, but for whatever reason, I can only get this drawing one pulled up to do it.
Damn it. Now I got that, again, with all this talk about horses, damn it, now I got that song from the early 70s, Horse with No Name by America, in my
I was
head.
actually listening to that when I was mowing the yard today.
Oh, you were?
It's such a good song.
It has just a very calming sound to it. Well, and also it obviously has that early 70s sound to it, but it just has a very calm feeling to it when you listen to it.
It is the anti-70s song.
Anti-70s?
Yeah,
What do you mean by that?
because most of the songs that came out in the 80s are kind of weird and psychedelic and very with a lot of lyrics that you really have to pay attention to it.
Okay.
Horse with No Name doesn't seem to be that for me.
Well, that's true now that you said that. Yeah. Can't turn a corner here without seeing a horse. We even had a herd of wild horses around Broken Arrow. I was going to say,
Broken Arrow is right off of Tulsa. So that's pretty cool, actually.
I was going to say, I'm sure like a good portion of Oklahoma is known, like when you think of Tulsa or Oklahoma City or like some of the other towns, they say it was these were towns that at one point were full of cowboys, horses, and cattle, and in a lot of cases that was true back in the day and still is.
That's
Well,
how the entire west of the
was.
Mississippi was.
Yeah,
everywhere was.
Yeah.
But that is pretty cool. I found up here where they have some ranches that do, which I don't know if I would even, I don't know how fun that would be because I like to run my horse. I want to just take off and just gallop. That's what I want to do. But they have those riding things where you can ride through the mountains, Estes Park, all of that.
What was that, Jeremy?
I was just saying just go at full gallop.
Yeah. Until
I
they
would
don't
say-
want to stop.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I would say, like, because since Broken Arrow is near Tulsa, even though I haven't been there, I think it's got definitely more of that Wild West kind of look to it than, again, I could be wrong, than Oklahoma City. Because I remember seeing a show and the sheriff at that time in Oklahoma. I don't know if it was Oklahoma City, but it was Oklahoma County. And they said that people may have a Wild Western attitude about a city like Oklahoma City, but they're still at the same time a very modern, all-American city, if I'm correct. That's what the sheriff said, at least at that time. This was like 10 years ago.
It's Ruidoso, yeah.
Ruidoso, New Mexico still has tons of wild horses.
Okay, guys, let's shut it down so maybe I can get these kids packed. I got 2 days driving, 3 days.
Just real quick, I'll read this final one. This
And here.
very few places around this area, except for right here, that has horses in the front and backyards, because Robert lives in Queensland. So, yeah, I often wondered how common it was in Australia.
I would have thought that they'd had more kangaroos than they do have horses.
I know they have more horses. I mean, I remember, again, another show I remember watching, they said at one point that there was actually more kangaroos than there were people that lived in Australia.
All right, everybody. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Stay tuned in 50 minutes. Myth and Mystery will be on. Next week on the show, these guys here will have Ernie Pack. There may or may not be a Denise sighting. We don't know yet.
You never know.
Hopefully Eileen comes back for that occasion, because I'd like to see how she would stand with, with Ernie. See how it'd be interesting if she would be.
It's starting to look promising now that she's going to be able to come back to the show. It's just all going to depend on how this training thing goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she now has to institute a rule that you cannot accept a promotion.
No.
Why she's going to have to go right through the same thing again. So yeah, Ernie Pack will be on the show next week. Get to talk about all things Fort Duffield, the latest and greatest over there. I know that they have been having some events lately, or at least trying to. I know that they had.
I'm game.
Me too.
I know that they had storytelling now and then by the campfire. And I've actually been there in that area. It is so awesome to be there.
Oh, I bet.
Because
the wall
is made of dirt. They have a whole earth wall.
Wow.
It's been worn down over the decades, but now it just looks like a big hill. But back in the day, that was how they built their wall, was using the land.
Just like what do they use that for houses now? I know they did that in New Mexico.
Adobe.
Adobe, yes, that's when it sounds similar to like what they use it when they use Adobe.
Well, this one here, this was to protect the city the city of West Point.
Okay.
At the time.
Right. Yeah, that was Adobe
for war. Yeah, it is so awesome to be there. I was really glad that they took me there when I went to go stay with them for a few days. But yeah, Ernie Pack will be on the show next week. Eileen may or may not be on the show. Things are looking promising, but maybe not promising enough to make it next week, possibly the week after. Who knows? It just all depends on things. All depends on how things go on her end. She has been trying really hard to be able to get back onto the show.
Yeah, because we miss her 24-year-old self.
Yeah, so you know that once she gets back on the show, she is going to be unleashed.
We're in trouble here then.
Yeah, So we get to hear Illinois all the time now.
Oh no! Do not even get started. Do not get started.
I'm not going to be the one to start it. She will
Hey,
be.
you said it though.
Yeah, I said it this week. She'll say it when she gets back.
Kate used that as her name when we once played golf at.
Hey, if you're still watching, keep using it.
No, she was asking me, have you seen my name, Nick?
So anyway, this will probably be my last show until before my surgery next Wednesday. I'm having my nose worked on. I was trying to do a 13th Dimension episode for tomorrow, but it looks like that's not going to happen. And I don't know what's going to happen with Marks on Wrestling. So this will probably be the last show that I will appear on for the next 2 months. So anyway, you guys are going to have to deal with these two now.
Oh boy.
So, but I'll still be around. I'll probably be behind the scenes running production and all of that, but I'm just not going to be on the show.
Well, good luck to you in your surgery, Jeremy.
Well, we will know. Trust me, we will know. And I'm sure his dad still has my number and better use it.
Yeah. Well, I'll be coming home that day, so I'll be able to let you guys know too.
Okay.
So anyway, until next week, thank you guys so much for playing along. Hi, Tammy. And we will catch you guys next time. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.